Okay, so I'm always out on the YouTube, and I do a search for Forex, and maybe I should do a trading search, but I always put Forex in there, and I say, okay, give me videos. And then I'll run across something, and I'll see something that I think is just completely ridiculous, so I'll make a comment. So I made a comment about this video, this cloud trading thing, and I said it's complete garbage. And this is a 1.5 hour presentation of some guy showing you how to trade this thing. Now, if you don't, I don't know how this ever became a trading system. And so I said it's complete garbage, and the guy said, well, you know, you have to back that up with something. So let me back this up. Let me show you why I think it's garbage and why it's really preventing you from, if you just started out trading and you think this is the answer is to cloud trade this, and the guy that is really good at cloud trading, I'll put his Bob something. Is it Bob Brooker? There's a guy out there that took the no, it's Pascal is his name. He took the cloud and he doubled all the numbers. So he ended up with instead of 26, he got 52 out of the number, and so he doubled all those numbers and he trades it. But his mindset is how he's making. His mindset is what's making him money, and his approach and money management. That's what makes you money, lets you keep the money you made. So check out this guy's his premise here. He's gonna take off half of this stuff on here. And he's just gonna leave the cloud.
Alright, so now let's just get into the chart. So when I first rocked up into Japan, I think it was around 96, on the trading floor in Citibank Tokyo, I sat down next to one of the senior guys, and he could speak a little English. He was explaining to me, I was like, what's going on here with the cloud? Now, once you get into the general principles of the Ichimoku cloud, it is really simple to trade. Now, I was going through the various aspects. Now, if I click on just one of the bits of analysis here, you'll see everything light up. Now, there's lines all over the place. Now, I was sort of just generally asking, okay, what are all the lines? You get the Tenkan Sen, the Kijun Sen, and the Chikao Span, right? These are...
I'll just have the sushi. I'll just have can I get a river eel with extra wasabi?
All different moving averages. And the whole Ichimoku Kinko Hyo cloud is known as the one glance equilibrium chart, right? It's one big giant moving average. And you've got all these three little lines, which are the various, one's a forward projection of trend, one's past, trailing, all sorts of stuff. The senior guy that I spoke to, he said, Brad San, go to your charts and take all that stuff off. He said, basically, those moving averages, okay, no one cares. No one looks at them. So what you want to do is...
So no one cares, no one looks at them, but people are selling courses all day long on this stuff, and there are people that if they can even pronounce the name of those moving averages that are offset, I mean, they're literally shifted, just to blow your mind a little bit more. And what those lines are closing prices. They're based on closing prices, and this is my argument for closing prices instead of candles. I think he's got bar charts on here, but get down to the nitty-gritty, the closing price, and then he's got this stochastics, I think, on the bottom. I don't know how that fits in. I know Japanese would frown upon that. That's like getting a burger with your sushi.
And this is the way I've been trading this for 20 odd years, is actually take off, and the best thing about this tool is you can actually do this, is actually just make them invisible, right? Because what we want to focus on is the cloud itself. Okay, now this is the key component. Now, if you're familiar with technical analysis, and what we're talking about is, just general support and resistance, okay?
Well, what's wrong with just good old support and resistance, man? I don't need to hold the wasabi.
And, you should be doing this on your general charts. Here's the sort of my major charts at the moment. So looking at your technical analysis, okay, resistance, okay, there's buying, or let me just pop this Kiwi chart up. Generally what you find is they'll be selling below the resistance line, and there's buying or stop loss orders above it. Now this structure is exactly the same for the Ichimoku cloud, right? So this is the first thing. But the best thing is, now the whole Japanese market, 160 million people all banging away trading FX. They love it. Now, the actual cloud, let me just go into the components.
What was that? They're all banging their what?
If the currency is above the cloud, okay, the first level of the cloud acts as support. Right? You've got first level of support, and the bottom part of the cloud is the second level of support. Right? Okay, so you've got basically two support levels when you come down to the cloud itself. Now, there's two ways to be looking at that, and some of the traders have...
So what happened here? The bottom of the cloud's supposed to be support. I loaded the wagon. Now I had to get another day job. How come I didn't get in here? Well, there was no cloud there, sir. That's why I'm calling this garbage. In other words, this isn't going to... I don't know how it's going to help. So I bought here, and I was right for a little bit, and then whoosh, and it was the only time I bought the edge of the cloud. The only entries were here, but couldn't you just run a 50-period moving average for that? Why would you want to torture your brain with, boy, I just wish I could get into that cloud. You know, see, can you see how ooh, there's a nice entry. Ooh, missed that one. Damn, if it only came to my... It's going up. The reason why this is garbage on your screen, and I realize that a lot of people like to have leather seats in their car and all that stuff, but is it preventing you from running over small children with balls that are playing in the road? Not so much. Now, trading's just about making money or losing money. And do you want to be distracted with, oh, if this thing only got near my cloud, you know, I would have sold here, but no triggers, no signals, and I miss out on this big run because the cloud cannot adjust like a trend line. And it's more mystic garbage. It's just ridiculous.
Who are getting out early will get out when the first level breaks. The traders who are probably a little bit more aggressive or deeper pockets will get out of a long position once it breaks through the bottom. Okay, so it's quite simple. And this is, funnily enough, a lot of traders ask me after 26 years of trading, show me some of the advanced stuff. Well, I can tell you that the more advanced trading gets, the simpler it is. Right? It's really simple.
That's right. So what is this? Why are you wasting screen space? My question is, why are you wasting real estate on your screen with this? Why do you have all these clouds in here when the only thing that would have made you sell here and sell here is this is resistance up here. Clouds damn the clouds. Granted, it looks pretty. It is fascinatingly pretty. What's my trade here? I bought here where we were coming back into the cloud. Oh, your cloud wasn't big enough. I sold into this cloud. I sold into the edge of that cloud. I scalped a few pips, but what was the real trade? What's really going on in these markets? They're very simple. I know complexity worship is the grandiose intellectual mental masturbation world that goes on forever, but the tops become bottoms. Top becomes a bottom. It's supposed to be support here. This is supposed to be support for my cloud. I bought here. I bought at the edge of the cloud that day. I have to put a stop in. So I know I'm right. This is just eerie. What in the fuck is that for? Wait, it gets better.
So if the currency's above, the cloud acts as support. Now, down here, for instance, if the cloud is below, the currency is below the cloud, it acts as resistance. So support up the top.
It doesn't act as anything. It acts like that for you, the way you're thinking, but it doesn't. The market can't see the cloud.
If the currency is above, it acts as support. If the currency is below, it acts as resistance. And once again, you've got two levels of resistance. And there's two different ways to trade this, but first of all, just understand that simple concept. Anytime the currency is above and you've got the cloud below, it's going to be acting as support. And anytime the currency is below the cloud, it's going to act as resistance. All right?
That's my coffee.
Very simple profile. And what you want to do is, with the the whole aspect. I mean, there's a couple of ways to trade actual dollar yen, and it does trade a little bit differently to other currency pairs, and it's because the traders focus more on the Ichimoku cloud than trend lines. In fact, they don't really look at trend lines at all, the Japanese traders. They just look at the Ichimoku.
Now, you've got to be kidding me. The reason this market trades so good with sushi is because what? So all the traders in Japan, just to let you know, all the traders in Japan use Ichimoku or cloud, whatever this is, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, I get to take lessons, and so therefore you should do what they're doing. Well, if we're all doing the same thing, then how come the market's just not trading sideways? And it just totally, can we just call out the logic police on this stuff? Because they're all over there. That doesn't sound right, does it? Does that sound right? That the market's gonna, because they're all pulling the trigger on that cloud. Well, they didn't pull the trigger on this. They must be using different cloud settings. That's it. Maybe they're trading on different time frames. Is this the daily chart? This is the hourly chart. So only on the hourly chart, right, with the specific cloud. I mean, this is ridiculous. And why in the fuck isn't this guy just trading and making a bunch of money and shutting the fuck up? Okay. How is he selling a course here? 20 years I've been trading. I sit next to a jet. Right, he's totally biased.
Cloud. So by taking those other moving averages off, the Kijun-sen, the Chigao span, and the Tenkan-sen, you're actually really isolating the cloud itself. Now that's part and parcel. So if you go back over the course of time, now the best way to sort of test anything is really to go back and have a look at the way it's performed over the course of time.
Let's take a look at that. So I sell at the edge of the cloud on resistance. Okay, I scalped a little bit here. All right. I think I got the rule set down. I'm going to buy at the edge here. That was a good trade. Yeah, they blew me up here. No trades here. I bought it, supported the cloud, got my ass kicked. Oh, this is good. Didn't sell enough. No trades. Okay, got in late, sold here. Oh, I bought here at the edge of the cloud, got blown up. Now, let's see what other shitty trades. It's just completely stupid. It's so stupid. Okay, no, here's a good trade. Only when you trade for the cloud traders. But couldn't you just put a moving average on here? Couldn't you just see that this was a top, become a bottom, on the last top, bottom is right in here? Is it? How is that? How can't we see this? Okay. Surely, what he said was true. The simpler, the better. So trend line breaks, comes back. He doesn't use trend lines. Top becomes a bottom. Where do you think this? And the Japanese love the number 3 too. So we're looking for triangles, 3 points. Comes back to the cloud here. Nice entry there. I didn't buy enough though. I bought here at the edge of the cloud. Not a big winner. I bought here in the cloud again, and whoosh. You can just visually see that you're missing out on so many trades here. This is garbage. No mention of this zigzaggy thing at the bottom. Hell, if you just would have bought good old Western style redneck trading, you just buy oversold. You buy oversold. You sell overbought. Yeah, you counter trade there a little bit. You buy down here for a little bounce. You buy, bought here, no cloud trade, bought oversold. What's good about the good old Western redneck trading? Well, they don't do that in Japan. In fact, they won't even let you open an account unless you swear you're trading clouds. That's part of the application. What? All these people that are just like, well, cling to your bad logic, I suppose, out of tradition,
Now, of course, you'll have some false breaks in this thing.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, buddy. Hold the phone. Yeah, I think that could be a problem.
Like any sort of trend line or technical analysis.
But I like this. I like look at this cloud, man. I'm getting into it. I forget what I said. I like it now.
Only when you do start to get you can see here when the currency does.
Notice no mention of, put a stop in here, sold on a limit, trade the market, babysit the cloud. No mention of how to execute this fucking thing. Another thing that makes it complete garbage. How are you supposed to trade this crap? He doesn't even look to the bottom for this overbought, oversold, and oscillator on the bottom and say, see, there's a filter. If the cloud's going up, just buy. What do you need the cloud for then? So you don't need the cloud. So you're not going to talk about the thing on the bottom of the screen because, it just negates the cloud. Then you're an oscillator trader.
Break through the top of the cloud or even below the cloud, it usually stays below it. Now,
it usually? Dude, I don't want to hear usually. I want to hear dead nuts locked in forever, Bill.
In this situation, you can see how well the top of the cloud there was acting as support. Once it gets into the actual cloud itself, and let me just blow this up a touch.
Don't bother, I already did.
Okay, so you're looking at this part here. Now, what we call generally when it gets inside the cloud itself, right, I would generally call this the uncertain trade zone. Okay, we generally...
Okay, listen, man. That's it. I think I rest my case. I rest my case. Come on. Are you kidding me? I'd like to see these other guys. I'm answering a question here. I'm going to post this in the answer.